16 days until my nephew gets married in Porto, Portugal. We've been counting them down, and I have a confession to make. I pre-did a whole bunch of the countdown this last week because I was in DC and I just wasn't sure if I'd be able to make things while I was there on the conferences. And so rather than take a chance on that, I wanted to kind of get ahead. And so I pre-did a bunch of those things, but now I'm back. I'm back home from DC, and it is we are live again. This is this actually is day 16, and in some of the others, it wasn't actually that day. I'm gonna admit that it just wasn't, but it seemed like the thing to do if I was going to try to do it. And actually, I was sitting here today, kind of beginning to think about the trip, and because I had pre-recorded a bunch of these, I for a long time I haven't had to worry about it every day, and so I was sitting around. And I thought, oh my gosh, I, I need I need to get a video out. So we have 16 days, and I was looking for something that would be fun. And it just so happens, I've been doing this stuff enough now that things are starting to pop up on my feeds and my social media. And Instagram came up with some things today that I thought were fun, and I had forwarded to a bunch of people. So I thought that would be a perfect thing for today. So I have, it looks like 7 expressions, Portuguese expressions that are used that are kind of funny expressions. So let's start. Number 1. Só para inglês ver. Só para inglês ver. Only for an Englishman to see. Only for an Englishman to see. And so what that means is it's like if you are pretending or putting on a show, if it's not really, you're just kind of, it's not really real. You're just kind of putting on a show. So para, you're only doing it for an Englishman. So para inglês ver. All right. Number 2. Excuse me. Uma pia de nervos. Uma pia de nervos. All right, so that actually means a battery of nerves, a battery of nerves. And that's something that you say about someone when they are so stressed that it shows, that other people can look at them and say, wow, that person is a battery of nerves. Uma pia de nervos, nervos. Number 3. Now this one was interesting because the phrase was barata tonta, barata tonta. Now I would have translated that a cheap fool, a cheap fool. But they translated it a dizzy cockroach. And I thought, is that right? That is not at all what I thought that was. And I thought, is it literally dizzy cockroach, or is that just the way they translate it? I don't know. So barata tonta, and they say it means dizzy cockroach. I thought it meant a cheap fool, but actually either one of those would describe what they say that expression means, and that is someone who is all over the place and disoriented. So I think either one of those would make sense for that, but I never would have come up with a dizzy cockroach. But there we go. Barata tonta, barata tonta. Number 4, tirar o covelhinho da chuva. Tirar o cavalinho da chuva. And that means take your little horse away from the rain. It's like, take that little horse out of the rain. Take it out of the rain. And that means give up on this idea. Give up on this idea. Just take that little horse out of the rain. And I don't quite get that. I mean, I guess I can maybe make a case for that. It's a little different, but Tirar o cavalinho da chuva. Tirar o cavalinho de chuva. All right. And I like this one, number 5. This one is easy and simple. Aqui há gato. Aqui há gato. And that just means there's a cat here. Which, but actually, what that means is something's not quite right. Something is not quite right. And I get that. That kind of makes sense. It's like, it's kind of obvious. I mean, if you look around, you can kind of see that there's something here. It's like something doesn't add up. So I kind of get that one. So aqui há gato. I love that one. So I may be saying that's a good one for you guys. Again, it's fairly simple, easy to do. That's one you can throw into daily conversation along with the other ones that we have learned. All right, number 6. Sem pés nem cabeça. Sem pés nem cabeça. Which means it has no feet or head. Has no feet or head. And that means it just doesn't make sense. And that, I get that one too. It's like, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't have feet. It doesn't have a head. It doesn't make sense. No matter how you look at it, it doesn't make sense. So, sem pés nem cabeça. Sem pés nem cabeça. All right, I like that one. And the last one, number 7. Muito anos haverá frangos. Muitos anos haverá frangos, which means many years turning chickens. Which is like, what? What does that mean? And I kind of get this one too. It's like, it means you have a lot of experience. You've been doing this a long, long time. Muitos anos haverá frangos. And so to have a lot of experience. So those are my 7 Portuguese expressions, which I think are kind of fun. And again, like always, just sprinkle them into conversation. Just sprinkle them into conversation, just here and there. And someone's like, what? And you can say, I speak a little Portuguese. Then you can explain it, makes you look good, and that also gives you license that if you are in a conversation and someone uses a word you don't know, or you're trying to say something and you can't think of the word, which it's like, how is it? I can't, but that happens, right? We can't think of a word. You can just say, I don't know how to say this in English. It's perfect. It helps every single time. So practice those, try those, throw those into conversation. You'll be glad you did. We're down 16 days, and tomorrow is 15 days. And as a reminder, if you haven't been following along, I made day 1 the actual day of the wedding. So even though it's 15 days, it's actually exactly 2 weeks from tomorrow. And in, gosh, I don't know, about 10 days? It's less than 2 weeks. I think it's maybe 12 days. I'm getting on a plane and we are going to Porto, Portugal. And so anyway, it'll be here before you know it. I haven't done it this week, which, well, I did a little, but not much. I thought that while I was in DC, I'd be able to find some time and get some of my friends my lady friends to maybe help me with the dance steps. And it just never happened. I just never had the right opportunity. So it didn't happen. So this last week, didn't get to do. And the other thing is I was away. So I've been talking to Adriano, my Portuguese buddy, tutor, twice a week, pretty much since the very beginning. And this week I was out of town, and Well, honestly, I maybe could have done it on my phone, but it's not quite the same doing it on your phone as it is doing it on your computer. So I didn't get my 2 Portuguese lessons in either. So this week, I don't know. Hope I haven't backtracked, but we'll find out. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do our week, whatever, yeah, 4, 5, week 4, 5 summary. And then we are counting down fast. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching. If you like this, if you think it's kind of fun, as we've kind of gotten into this, we're almost all the way through now. We're at just like a little more than 2 weeks left. The majority of this has really been about Portuguese, and I didn't really expect that, but it's been mainly about Portuguese, also about Porto and Portugal, and kind of learning about that. Those have been overwhelmingly the two biggest topics. We have talked a little bit about clothes. We have talked, and I have done a little bit on dancing. I haven't really done a lot. I mean, I guess when I started this, I thought that the dancing part would be some of the most fun, most interesting stuff. But when I'm working on the videos, it's like, I don't really know how to make this work in a video format that I think would be interesting for anybody to watch. So that may be lack of imagination on my part. But anyway, if you know someone who's interested in this stuff, maybe you like this, maybe you share it, maybe you subscribe. This is our third 50-day challenge. The first one, and I have a playlist for each of them. The first one was 50 days of trash. That's probably the most popular. Then we did 50 days of fitness. And now we're doing 50 days to my nephew's wedding in Porto. And after that, there's going to be a little break there. But after that, we'll find another 50-day challenge and we will do our next one. So that's it, my friends. As I said, have a great day. Take care. Bye.